Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. Insecurity is now mainstream issue in Nigeria, and a lot of people have been getting very worried over what is going on in the southern part of Nigeria. We're already in an electionary period. People are crying out for help. In a moment, we're going to find out what is going on in the southern part of Nigeria that is bringing so much worry. Before we do that, we like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Very quickly, quite a long one. Uh, the residents of Okeakon in Ajoni local government development area of Ekiti state are currently angry and worried over activities of herders which have made their community insecure. Some of the residents who spoke uh, to us said fear of continued moves against them and harassment on their farms by the herders had affected their livelihood because they could no longer go to their farms. The development, they said, caused hunger, starvation, and economic misery. 2 weeks ago, women in the community where the major occupation is farming, protested against the development. They were led by Iyaloja Chief Emily Osanipin and Iyalode Chief Ebe Adekunle. The women held leaves and chanted songs to air their rejection of the non-stop stay of herders in the community and Ekamefe, compromising Okagon and 5 neighboring Agarian towns. Our respondents who witnessed the protest observed that they collectively chorused, "We don't want Fulani in Okagon. Government should take Fulani herdsmen out of here." While the immediate cause of the protest was the arrival of fresh herders numbering over 60 in their 3 lorries into the town at about 3 a.m. that day, the remote cause was the daily anguish residents suffered at the hands of herders who occupied forests in the community. The new arrivals, who came with families, foodstuff, and other utensils, were said to have claimed they were in touch with some natives who asked them to settle in the forest at Okago, adding that their cows were on the way to the place. However, the protesting women also vented their anger on 2 natives of their community suspected to have, for selfish reasons, compromised and related with the herders to bring in others when the people of Okago wanted the herders to leave their town, their community. The youth leader Okago community, Samuel Babatunde, who said the community was tired of herders' activities, said the women protested was to pass a message to the government and relevant agencies and send strong warning to collaborators with the herders. Babatunde said, and I quote, "The leaves are a taboo. It is a message that anyone working against the wishes and interests of the community is doing something abominable and that such a person or persons will live with the repercussion." The youth leader who shed light on the issue said, "We told them we don't want them. There is no way herders and farmers can be friends. We are farmers and their cattle graze on our produce. It is totally unacceptable." He stated, I quote, "Already they have destroyed our farm produce. We no longer go to our farms because of the herders' destructive activities. They have negatively changed the fortunes of Okeagon, Irele, Ikpo, and which used to produce food in large quantities to feed local government and beyond with yam, maize, cassava, and so on. We are now food-starved communities as the herders feed their cows on our crops." The youth leader said that water in the dams constructed in the community to serve the ranching established during the Western Region days attracted the herders to the area. He said, and I quote, "They have to leave our land so that we can have peace and our people can return to their farms." He expressed surprise that a new set of people who he described as unwanted guests arrived at a time they were making effort to ensure the exit of the ones currently living in the area. He said, "At about 3 a.m., we discovered that some trucks drove into the community. We were curious over the strange movement. We found out that they were loaded with herdsmen. We knew it was dangerous. Immediately, youths and women swung into action. We cannot forget that on May 20th, 2016, in the past, herders invaded our community and brought down one Lekon Arosunyi. They also brought down Olumi Arosunyi. The Seki Ajayi was also injured. They injured many people. It took God's grace, an expert at Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital, to extract some of the instruments that lodged in the ears of Adayo Abijide Also, in 2017, they invaded Ipo. They brought down one Olayemi Sunday. And in August last year, one Sogo Dada working in his farm at Ipo was also brought down. His leg is now amputated. Okay, he was brought down, but he survived. His leg is now amputated following what happened to his leg. We don't want this to continue. They threaten us, and they're also a threat to us here. We do not want them. A community leader, Mrs. Grace Olofin, who affirmed the people's rejection of both the newly arrived and the old herders in the forest, said, "We don't want herders to stay here. We don't want them on our land because of the threat they pose to security. When they settle down, they perpetrate kidnapping and raping. Although those already in the town have been destroyed, okay, I take that again. So already those already in town have been destroying our people's farms in the name of cow grazing. For instance, this is the season for harvesting cashew, but our people, particularly the women, cannot go to the farms. All our yam seedlings have been harvested or destroyed by the herders," she said. In her comment, the regent of Okeagon, Princess Tinuade Ogunbiyi, said that the herders had been causing havoc to the farmers' crops and people in the area. She noted that over 60 herders arrived in Okeagon at night in 3 lorries recently. Ogunbiyi, who lamented that herders occupied 70% of the community's farmland and grazing cattle there, said they deprive our people of the opportunity to farm there. They destroy the crops of our people in addition to becoming threat to the securities of our lives. Our people can no longer go to their farms. The regent said the result is that we no longer have food. The prices of foodstuff have soared. Again, people leave Okeagon in droves because of insecurity. We are helpless. The Fulani men are already having issues with us. So we call on the state government, security agencies, including Amatekun, to rescue us. They are aware of our situation. They should rescue us. There's need for a standby joint security task force comprising of police, army, Amatekun, and hunters in the area. I think that will help. Also, a community leader and spokesperson for the Ekamefe communities comprising Okeagon, Ijowa, Irele, Ikpo, Itapaji, and Iyemero Abayomi Oluwafemi, who collaborated the regent's claim, said, "We call on the government to come to our rescue. Let there be security for lives and property. We live in fear so that they don't come in the night to bring down our people in number, as witnessed in other parts. Government should help us with security day and night. Our people can no longer sleep with their 2 eyes closed." Well, yes, it's your right to ask for security, but right now, let's face practical reality. I don't think the government have that permit me to use the word luxury to protect day and night. I think the best form of protection right now is you. Do the needful. I'm surprised as it is right now. These people are still coming in their numbers in their numbers in southern part of Nigeria. Well, I think it's about time for the people to know what to do. Raise vigilantes, equip them if you have to. Security is everyone's business.